Hey everybody, welcome to Whiskey-Rut. I'm Chris.
And I'm Skye.
And this is Anthony. This is the show where we're going to taste, rate, and review different whiskeys, and we have a rating system in place here. 1 barrel is going to be your most expensive, worst tasting whiskey, and 10 barrels is going to be your best tasting, least expensive whiskey. So our whole show is just to get the best bang for your buck with different types of whiskeys. And so, let's see, Skye, what do we have in store for today?
So today we're doing an Irish tasting. We have 2 whiskeys to taste tonight. We have Writer's Tears and then Green Spot. So 2 pretty balanced whiskeys.
Yeah, so we actually wanted to have Anthony on the show. He's a neighbor of mine. You went to the distillery, actually, and so we were like, let's have you on the show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. So, how was it, man?
It was great. My wife and I took a trip over to Ireland, and kind of funny story, first day we're there, jet lagged about 2 hours after dropping our stuff off at the hotel.
Yeah.
It was, hey, let's go on a whiskey tasting tour of Dublin. So it was 4 stops, 4 different bars, 4 different whiskeys at all of them. And it was just my wife and I, and then our guide was a really nice lady, I forget her name. But the Writer's Tears was the very last one we had on the tour. And she had mentioned, our guide had mentioned that she purposely did that because she liked it so much. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm one to buy some souvenirs for families, but in terms of bringing home booze, I've not done that before, but I felt like I had to with this.
Nice.
So we brought a couple bottles home. For a while, you couldn't get it over here, but now my understanding is you can, get it in through New York and, get it delivered to you. But it's absolutely delicious. Copper pot stilled, and what I think the cool part was that she had mentioned with her story is guy that started this worked at the Guinness brewery and decided he was going to surprisingly become a writer.
Okay.
He failed at that. And the natural next progression, obviously, is, hey, well, let's just be a distiller then, and let's just make whiskey. But going back to his connections with Guinness, he was able to work out a deal. So it's copper pot distilled, but then it's aged in used Guinness barrels.
Nice.
And I think it kind of gives it a very, very smooth, smoky taste to it. And, one way I kind of rate it is my wife will drink it. And I think if she'll drink it, then it's got to be pretty good. And I think that's kind of a testament to just how smooth it is, because that's always her big thing with the whiskeys is that kind of can be, which we enjoy, but for the person who doesn't drink whiskey, that kind of harshness aftertaste that they don't like. And so I think that's kind of a testament. It's a great bottle, just, getting around with friends.
So it's a whiskey that even the people that aren't whiskey people can still enjoy.
That's it, man. Yep.
So you're enjoying it yourself right now?
Well, I'm just smelling it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just getting, I'm getting a head start.
That's okay. I'll make join you here, man.
So the other drink, or the whiskey we're going to be drinking, is Green Spot, which is also a Dublin whiskey. It's aged about 7 years. That's the Green Spot color. They have different colors for different age ranges. This is also a single pot stilled. So for those of you who don't know what that means, it doesn't use. What it really means is they use a single copper pot still, but they also use a mixture of malted barley and non-malted barley. And in this case, in the Green Spot, they age it in 3 different types of casks. So there's a new oak cask, a used oak cask, and then a sherry cask, which, all 3 of those bring different flavors, different aromas, kind of add to the complexity.
Why do they call it Green Spot?
So I don't know. The colors themselves seem to be arbitrary, but from what I understand, this distillery is very old, and there are these underground tunnels in Dublin that they used to store their barrels, and they would just slap a color of paint on the barrels to let them know how old the whiskey was. And so there's, I believe, a green, a blue, a yellow, and a red. I think the blue is the youngest, the green is the 7 to 10. I think the yellow is the actual 10. I think the red is 15.
Okay.
Could be wrong on those, but either way, the colors just mean age. But as far as I can tell, the mash bill's the same. It's mostly barley and
Irish whiskey.
It's an Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
So let's get to smelling and tasting. I like to do them both at the same time just because
You're a weird person.
it helps me to compare
You're a weird guy.
Interesting.
I like to smell them.
He's a weird guy.
I am a weird guy. That's fine.
So with Riders, I just get freshness. I think that's going to be an Irish whiskey all around. Apple, pear on the nose.
I do
fresh,
think
light.
think the Riders Tears it's lighter. It does have like a more like orchard fruit on the front, and I think the Green Spot is a little more caramely, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you
But
get
still
more of
has
the
the
oak.
fruit.
You get more of the oak on the nose with the Green Spot.
Yeah, the Riders Tears smells sweeter to me.
Yeah. They're
both
Definitely.
smell-
straight like applesauce.
Yes.
Apple juice.
And they both have
That's
the
awesome.
barley and like that light peat.
Yeah.
That's sort of what you liked about it, right? That like
Smoky. Yeah.
peat, but it's light.
Definitely the smoky is
Yes.
there. I mean, it's there in both, but it's definitely there in the Raiders Tears.
A little more on the Riders Tears.
All right.
All right. For the taste,
So Riders Tears, I get the smoke kind of right away. That's what I get with that. Real smooth mouthfeel. It's not super oily. It's crisp. It's nice. That back end, I just get almond. Just a good flavor of kind of a, after you just ate a bunch of almonds. So that's what I get on that one. It's real good.
I think the Riders Tears is interesting because it's sweet to me, like a bourbon would be sweet. Like
On the
normally
taste?
you don't get that kind of sweetness out of an Irish whiskey usually.
You're talking about the taste?
The taste, it
That's
tastes
true, I do get
sugary
that, yeah.
for a barley, but it has that orchard fruit.
It's probably going to be that.
I got some
Guinness.
vanilla in that.
Yeah.
I've always had the vanilla on it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I kind of liked
I think
about the
you're right.
Raiders Tears.
It's probably going to be that cask then, or the Guinness barrel. It's going to add kind of that, like a chocolatey sweetness.
It does have a chocolatey sweet,
Yeah.
and then at the end it just finishes with that like light smoky,
Yeah, that's a good Irish whiskey. It's a good suggestion, man.
and it doesn't last very long.
No,
Like it doesn't stick with you like you drink it.
Right.
And it just kind of melts
And
away.
I think that's back to the point I was mentioning about even if you're with friends who aren't whiskey drinkers,
yes,
they'll still enjoy this because of that
yeah,
the
Yeah.
non-lasting effect, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have that chest burn.
It's not like
that
berating
Yeah,
you.
and it doesn't have like that chest burn that
Yeah.
that a lot of whiskeys do as well.
It's
you know.
true.
it's not like that Deer Hammer.
Yes, we did try a deer
We
hammer.
had this Deer Hammer.
It was just like drinking
Just
a
bourbon.
campfire.
It was like a campfire, man. It was rough.
But yeah, so this is smooth, but it's not watery. Like it has
Right.
good flavor,
It lasts.
but it
So this Green Spot, I just get the oak on the nose right away. Maybe a little bit of cherry from that sherry cask. I feel like I'm doing Donald Trump right now.
Yeah.
Like, little bit of cherry.
of that. I can't
Really,
honestly.
really good whiskey, Chris.
Yeah.
Really, really
Just
good.
really the best.
Really
Just
good
really
whiskeys.
good.
Really good whiskeys on both sides of the table here.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the Green Spot lingers a little more, but
It
in a
does.
great way. I like the way it
Yes.
lingers.
Not an oppressive.
Yeah.
Riders Tears. This is $40 for a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Green Spot. How much is that?
It's about 70.
70?
Yeah.
Dang.
At least
man.
here in Colorado. It does change depending on where you're at. Probably if you're in Ireland, it's probably a little cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about 70. It is an older whiskey. So
Right,
I
'cause
say
you know
7.
by the color, right? And you can just look at the color.
Well,
and
you
think,
just always go by the lower. So if it's a 7 to 10 year whiskey, you just choose the lower.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's a 7 year,
Yeah.
but it could be as old as 10.
So the Riders Tears, $40. Just the crisp apple pear
Dude,
on
it's
the
$10
nose.
more in a bottle of Jack.
That's true, man. That's true. I'm gonna give this one for $40. I'm gonna give this one a 10 for $40
Wow,
because,
that's high praise.
like we said, the smell is good, the mouthfeel is good, and it doesn't hit you hard on the back end. It doesn't sit hard. It settles really well, and you can enjoy it. I'm gonna give Green Spot. I'm gonna give this one an 8.
All right,
Yeah.
it's fair. All right.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll go next. I appreciate your 10. However, I'm going to give it a
Well,
9.
okay.
I'm going to give it a 9, and
Yeah.
let me tell you why. Because I like that. I like that kick in the whiskey, right?
Like on the back?
Yeah, on the
Okay,
back.
yeah.
You know, I like the kick on the back. I like the warming in your chest.
Yeah.
You
and
like something with a little bite to it.
yeah, because this is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will still be drinking this out on the back porch with the snow on the ground.
You're good.
But it would be that much better with cold night having a drink of this out on the back deck. Get that warming inside, and it's missing that. So therefore, I'm going to give it a 9.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Over here, Green Spot. I think it's got the kick I need after it. It's absolutely delicious whiskey all around. I hate the price.
Price is a little
I
high.
hate the price. And I know this is hindsight and doesn't really matter, but just for argument's sake, if this was $40 as well, it's probably a 9 or a 10 as well.
Yeah.
Actually, it would be a 10 because I gave this a 9. This would be a 10
It would
at
be a
40.
10, yeah.
But at $70, I mean, I gotta
Gotta knock it down a bit.
knock it down a bit. I'm
that's
gonna go.
fair.
I'm gonna go with like a 6-ish, 7-ish.
Yeah.
We'll
Just
go.
the
We'll
price.
go with a 6, just
right.
because of the price.
All right.
Dalton, can you do a 6-ish barrel?
6-ish.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, 6-ish.
Yeah.
You can do it. I'm gonna rate the Green Spot first. I'm more familiar with this one. I've thought about it a little more. I'm gonna give this one still a 9. To me, this is probably my favorite Irish whiskey. But I love the reason I like this one is it moves from like a light, like fruit, to like a caramely dark fruit, and I love that like I guess transition. I truly do think that this one is worth the money, and I am going to also give Writer's Tears a 9. And this is
both 9s?
Yes, and the reason I'm saying
Yeah.
that is I think to me when I drink them both, I'm getting my money's worth.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these
good
both
point.
start the
Good
same.
point. Yeah.
This one has more complexity at the end. That one doesn't have it. And to me, that's a big deal. So I am happy to pay for that.
Yeah.
I get why someone wouldn't. I get why someone wouldn't pay for that. So I'm going to give 9 and a 9.
Yeah. And it's not like one's like worse than the other. We're giving these both high scores because they taste really good. You know, these are both excellent whiskeys. And I think all the scores that we gave are, you know, we have good reasoning for all of them.
Yeah. So
Don't pour this one for your mother-in-law who just wants to try it.
yes.
Okay? 'Cause,
Yeah. If you have an aunt
Yeah, because
that's a
this
Jack
is
and
the-
Coke person,
Yeah.
don't give her this.
Just give them
Right.
Jack
Agreed.
and Coke.
Yeah.
Just give him a Jack and Coke. man.
Exactly.
Yep, there you go.
So, anyway, thanks for joining us. Again, if you have any whiskeys you want us to try, please let us know in the comments below. If you like the content we're making, please hit the like button, subscribe.
Hey, wait. We want to thank Anthony.
Oh, yes.
Special
Cheers.
guest.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Also, our next episode, it's going to be our year episode. We have something real special going on in the works. So please just join us. Amy, stop shaking your head. Tell your wife to stop shaking her head at me.
Good man.
Get that right, man.
Get that right.
Okay. Hi.
Hey.
I'm Skye.
No, you're not.
We have a tip. This is.
I'm
well,
Anthony.
Fine, okay.
I don't know. Was I supposed to introduce myself?
You
Look,
say
we
you-
didn't tell him what to do, so
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not blaming him.
I'm just
at
here to
all.
drink whiskey.